Good morning, everybody. Dear student, dear colleagues, dear For You Plus community. It's a real pleasure to welcome you all today at the meeting From Student to Students, an innovative international research-based education. Our For You Plus Alliances was born in 2019 among 6 universities: Charles University of Prague, Sorbonne University, and University of Copenhagen, Heidelberg, Milano, and Warsaw, Varsavia. Let's say in Italian, so we are multilingual. We are 6 comprehensive public research-intensive university, joined in the common goal to build one European university. We have a community of 287,000 students and more than 50,000 faculties, research, and staff. So we are also large universities, which has a very important geographic balance as well. It is the mission of the For You Plus Alliance to establish a new quality of cooperation among the partner universities in the fields of education, research, administration, but service to society. Our cooperation is based on a mutual trust and a mutual understanding of the idea of a European university which builds upon academic freedom and ensure fair inclusion and access to education. This research-based and student-centered are the keywords of today's meeting. The meeting is organized almost at the end of the 3 years project that was financed by Erasmus Plus program. And we have also 3 years of age as Alliance. And also, so I think is the occasion, we think, and you, our student, has the occasion for exchange experience, but also exchange good practice that you think you have some way observed during the numerous numbers of educational programs. Your experience is absolutely important, and it's important that you communicate in a peer-to-peer way to other students what we have done, what were the gain and the gain quality ratio of this experience. These innovative and international programs are designed with a challenge-based approach around 4 main areas that we call flagships. Flagships 1 is on health and demographic changes in an urban environment. Flagship 2 is Europe in a changing world, understanding and engaging societies, economies, cultures, and languages. Flagship 3 is transforming science and society by advancing information, computation, and communication. Flagship 4 is on biodiversity and sustainable development. So they are 4 flagships, multidisciplinarity, research challenge based, and I think that in this moment, almost all the about 60 proposals are more or less at the end. And so we can really take advantage of their experience. We are translating the For You Common Education Framework into action. And you, our young generation of students, will have the solution that we are lacking and we are looking for. I would really like to thank all the students and the staff which organized this meeting, also the students of Radio Statale who are directing all the day and is here with us. And I really would like to introduce the next speakers. I don't know if Isabel Kratz is on the screen. Okay, hi Isabel, welcome even in distance. We really hope to have you here, but of course, it's nice also to see you on the screen. So Isabel, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Professor Baldi, for the introduction. Hello and welcome to all our For You Plus community and perhaps beyond. Yes, I would have appreciated to be in Milano today. And first of all, I would really like to thank the University of Milano and its students for organizing this peer-to-peer event. It's really, I see it as a great initiative to hear from our student we are working for. And as you already mentioned, we are a student center European university, beside of being a research intensive European university. And it's great that we have this event to highlight all that For You Plus can bring to the students of our 6th institution, Milano, Charles University in Prague, Sorbonne University in Paris, University of Copenhagen, University of Heidelberg, and University of Warsaw. As already mentioned by Professor Baldi, this 6th university has the particularity of being all comprehensive and research intensive public university. And therefore it's obvious that we also have in this 6th university a high quality educational offer. And therefore the collaboration between all our 6 institutions can therefore only result in a very attractive training offer, focusing on innovative pedagogy, promoting mobility in all its forms, to give students an international experience, a challenge-based education based on the research done in our institution. I therefore also want to take the opportunity here to thank all our For You Plus trainers, teachers, who are so much involved in developing an innovative For You Plus educational offer. I will not be very long because to be honest, I'm myself very interested in hearing all the planned intervention. I thank in advance all the speakers, and again, thank to the University of Milano to have organized these events. And yes, I wish us a fruitful and interesting event. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the introduction, Professor Baldi and Professor Kratz. Welcome everyone to this peer-to-peer event. It's really exciting for us. We are Sofia and Sara, and we are speakers of the program Hit the Road, which part of Radio Statale, which is the media partner of today. So thanks everyone also for the invite. Today we'll be the facilitators of this event and we'll guide you through all this schedule, which is really rich and really interesting, and with the fantastic people that will share their For You Plus experiences. So today, as I said, we have a really long and rich program, and we will share experiences and information about all the opportunities that this event will we will see.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Sarah, and I will talk a bit about the schedule of today. So first of all, with Youssef and Elena, we will discover what is For You Plus Alliance, and then we will talk about the partnership that the University of Milan has with the For You Plus Alliance, and we will conclude with some talk of our students, and they will share, as Sofia said, their experience, and they would give us some more details about the program they took part in, and then the last part is for questions, and Sophia has prepared some amazing questions for our students, and so be ready for that. And we talk, but I think we talk enough already. So let's start with the projection of a video for the 4EU Plus European University Alliance. But before that, to better understand the video, I will point out some keywords I found very interesting in this video. And it is build a campus for the future, integrate the European Union university system. And then two main sentences that are, we should have no barriers in terms of exchange students and research-based education, language skills, and European outlook. So thanks, and enjoy the video.
Six top European universities, building a campus of the future. A new kind of integrated European university system. EU Plus will better integrate curricula and make mobility seamless and meaningful. EU Plus will attract funding, gain visibility, and fully develop its potential in education, research, and employment opportunities.
European universities establish a new understanding of university.
On the path to build European university, we reshape our organizations
and provide collaborative, cutting-edge research.
In particular, we should have no barriers in terms of exchange of students.
European degree and establish a joint quality assurance system, creating a truly European university experience.
Training our students and young researchers to become active citizens and entrepreneurs is one of the most sustainable ways to translate research and innovation.
EU Plus will ensure students a combination of research-based education, diverse language skills, and a strong global and European outlook.
As a young doctoral researcher, I really much hope that 4EU Plus helps me to engage in a European academic network. On a personal level, I would really much like to engage with European people on the idea of Europe.
The EU Plus European University Alliance.
So here we go. That's really, really interesting, I think. You know, it's a huge, huge program and full of really interesting people. Some of them are here today. And as Sarah said before, we have Youssef and Elena. I will invite them to explain, maybe with their words, what is 4EU Plus for the students and who participated.
I start. Okay. So my name is Youssef, and I'm a student representative at the Academic Senate of the University of Milan. I think all of us here know what 4EU Plus is, but the Alliance is very important also for the students because we have a very important role in deciding and even managing some parts of the project of the Alliance, because we have to know that this Alliance, this project, it's not an ending project. It's not something that starts and ends in a period of time, but it's a new base for to create a new European university. That's the main goal of the Alliance. So us as students, we have a very important role. We are representatives in the academic council of the 4EU Plus, and also we have a students committee, students council, we can say, with all the students representatives from each of the 6 universities, and we also have a very important role in this alliance. So I think this is the main important thing for us as students. Like, we can change we can give advices, we can like have an active role in this alliance. And this is something important also for the students who will come, because I myself will end my my period at the university, and also the next students who will come after me, they will have a very active and important role in the alliance.
Yeah, that's really interesting also, because as we can see, the students are really involved, and sometimes here I think we can say that we can feel really not part sometimes of a community. Here is a really big alliance, and even after this experience, the students are really involved and enjoy this community.
Yeah, and I also would like to underline what Youssef said about students having an active role in this alliance, because we learn a lot about For You Plus Alliance, but every time it was pointed out about the active role of the students, and that's not like quite something we see every day, let's say like this, because most of the time we are just passive, we just do our exam and so on. But now the students play a big role, and that's very important to underline. It's like,
yeah. And now Elena, I will give you the chair.
So hello everybody. So I'm Elena, and I am a PhD student representative in the Academic Senate of the University of Milan, and also like Youssef, I'm participating in the Academic Council of the For You Plus Alliance, and also in the Student Committee. And it is very important that also PhD students have an active role in the governance of the Alliance. And I want to also further underline the concept that the mission of the For You Plus Alliance is above all to foster an active role of the students in the shaping also their own learning path. And so the aim is to give all the students, and also to all of you that are present today, this opportunity through a modern and competitive academic education and transnational collaboration of the university in a bigger European university. And so the idea of the alliance is that there is to build a new figure of a For You Plus student that can experiment firsthand these concepts. So I want to further stress this concept that every student from all the 6 universities belonging to the For You Plus Alliance is a For You Plus student. So not just us, not just me and Youssef and the other members of the student committee, but also all of you that are present here today, and also all the other students of our universities. And so as students of the For You Plus Alliance, our aim is to promote the development of a transnational European student community, and where the students can not only gain an excellent education, but also contribute with their own ideas and experiences to build this new concept of European university. And so we want also all of you to contribute, and to this aim, like the student committee that we belong to already met also both like in many occasions, for example in Heidelberg in November, and yesterday here in Milan. And we met to discuss future projects to gather more and more students within like this within our projects. And one example of the work we are doing is that we are organizing an annual student conference that we are now starting to build and define, and that you are all invited to join. And one of the main focus of this conference will be the collaboration and cooperation between our student communities. And so thank you for all of us that are here with us today. And yeah, I hope to see you at our next events.
Thank to you for sharing your experience. We said a lot of words, a lot of things, but since we like keywords, I think we underline some of them. And as I said before, they are active role of students, peer-to-peer, as we said since the beginning, and then community of students, of universities, of professors also. And also, I would say contributions, because it's one of the main words, in my opinion, because each of us can give, each of the students can give his contribution and can make this alliance a bit better and I would say also bigger.
So thank you, Sarah, for this sum up. It's always really interesting. And yeah, also for me, the practical part is really, really, really important. And what it makes it really special. Well, thank you. You have been really, really clear. So now let's leave the stage to the Professor Francesca Clara Villata, which is the co-chair of the Working Group Education, that will explain us the partnership with the University of Milan and the education offer of 4U+.
So, thank you for giving me the floor, and thank you to the whole 4U+ students community for giving me the opportunity as representative of Working Group Education to provide a snapshot of 4U+ educational offer. 4U+ educational offer is I would say, embedded into the mission of the Alliance, that is to boost mobility, to provide students with enriching learning experience, so that the students can get at the end of their learning experience within the Alliance the core competencies that are embedded into the mission statement, so that they are technical competences, but also metacognitive and life skills experience that they can get at the end of the 4U+ journey. What are the 4U+ experiences? I would give you a snapshot in terms of the main components of the educational framework that is fostered through the application of innovative pedagogies and teaching and learning techniques. So first, the shared courses are courses that are offered by each partner within the 4U+ Alliance and make available to all the 4U+ students. And second, the joint educational programs, joint educational activities that are built together by 4U+ academic staffs, really together with the 4U+ students community. One of the main features, one of the core features of the overall educational framework is that is the strong involvement of students community in the creation of the educational activities, as well as of the overall infrastructure for delivering the educational activities. The educational framework is based on innovative pedagogies, as I mentioned, and I would like to stress how to participate in the joint educational projects and in the shared courses. 4U+ website has been set up since the very beginning of the project, which is the current window through which anyone, including each student, can have an overview of the 4U+ educational offer. And especially with regard, these are the joint educational programs that will be, of course, brought forward next academic year. As you may see, there is a wide range of topics that will be addressed belonging to the 4 flagships, and there is also a wide range of different types of educational activities that will be offered to our students community, in the hope that our students community will become wider and wider and deeper in terms of cooperation in delivering and also in enjoying this educational experience. How to access to these activities, first, the window provided by the website, or the For You Plus website, and second, for students for the University of Milan, there is a specific area within the website of the University of Milan, in the international area, in the higher part of the web page, where you can find specifically a page dedicated to For You Plus educational activities, both joint and shared. If you click on For You Plus opportunities, in the lower part, there are specific spaces, one for joint educational projects, where there is a description of the projects delivered that are being delivered under the first and second call for educational projects, and the list of shared courses that are made available semester after semester for the For You Plus students. As a very simple process has been set up to enable students to get their credits at the end of the educational experience, because For You Plus is, of course, enjoying an exceptional and truly unique educational experience, but it's also about being very practical and getting credits for the educational activities that you participate in. So at the end of the educational experience, you can get ECTS for the courses that you have attended, and having them included in your study plan, depending upon the various procedures and rules in place at each university and at each study programs. Let me share with you a last remark. In the last few days, the student portal and the learning platform is being set up in a strong cooperation with students that are working hard together with our IT colleagues and educational experts to set up an IT framework that could, as an enabler of the For You Plus educational experience. So this strong cooperation among people from 6 universities, among people with different skills, and on a daily basis with our students, I think it's one of the main added value of this alliance. And I do really hope that the For You Plus students and many more in the years to come can contribute, as it has been highlighted, to make this alliance a really exceptional experience for each student. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Villata, for this amazing presentation, I would say, of For You Plus Alliance. Now, I would say we take a small break from this, from all this information, bureaucratic information, yeah, and we give the floor to the students and to their experience, so I would just start with a simple question, and then Sophia will explain more. First of all, how are you? Are you excited? Are you ready to tell us something about your experience? And second of all, I will just leave.
Yeah, thank you. The first one, so our students will explain us the different flagships. So I will invite Sofia degli Esposti, is here with us. Thank you, Sofia. And her flagship is titled Urban Regulation and Political Memory, which is a really big and important and complicated title, but we will love to know something about this experience.
Thank you. So, good morning. As they said, I'm Sofia degli Esposti, and I'm studying historical sciences here at the University of Milan. And as they said, I participated in the 4AU Plus course called is very long, urban regulations and political memory towards understanding spatio-temporal aspects of urban development, alias UNREAD, to make it shorter. This was an international interdisciplinary course organized by 3 university centers that were the University of Warsaw, the University of Milan, and Charles University of Prague, as part of the 4EU Plus Alliance. The course consisted in 18 lectures, during which the professor from 3 different subjects and faculties that were history, geography, and law, from the 3 universities, analyzed driving forces of urban change, both in history and in the present, and in the future as well, the development of smart cities, and some interdisciplinary methodologies of urban studies. It was indeed this interdisciplinarity and the opportunity to see the topic of urban development from many different aspects that was one of the most interesting elements of the course. The lectures were followed by 12 hours of workshops, during which we have been working in small groups composed by students from different faculties. The aim of this group work was to write a final essay and a final presentation that we had to present at the final UNREAD conference in Warsaw that was held in March. Working with students with different university backgrounds and from different countries have been challenging and stimulating. Teamwork was not easy, especially because at the beginning, since also we never saw each other before the final conference, so working with online was not easy, especially to combine all the different backgrounds and ideas and knowledge that we had that were very different. However, it was surely rewarding because we found a way to efficiently collaborate and write the final essay. And I really thank the course for giving me the opportunity to study a topic I'm really interested in, also from many different points, from other points of view, that aspect of history, that is my main subject, and to allow me to meet and collaborate with brilliant students from other universities that I'm happy now to call my friends. And therefore, I really thank the 4EU Plus Alliance for this compelling opportunity. And I would highly recommend this course and the 4EU Plus Alliance course in general, because they will enrich your study program from many different perspectives. So from an academic point of view, but also a relational point of view. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Really interesting. I think we have a video because I'm really, really excited to see the video because your words are really, I know, I'm excited actually, because, I studied abroad and I saw the same difficulties, but the same, beautiful things about collaboration and see and hear the other opinions, and it's mind-blowing because sometimes you you think you know the things you learned in school and you learned in your country, but then when you speak to the other, and maybe it's here like Germany or Warsaw, it's not so far. It's a cultural change completely. So let's see the video, and I hope you enjoy.
University of Warsaw, Herzliya, University of Milan, and Charles University in Prague. We cooperate with international specialists from field of history, law, and geography.
I'm a student in sociology in La Sorbonne. So obviously, because I study sociology, I love interdisciplinary courses. So when I had the opportunity to come here and learn about geography, history, law, which are subjects that I do not learn on a daily basis, it was really interesting to me. And I also love meeting new people. So I think it's important, as we are European students, to meet other students from other European countries. So it's a great experience, and I'm enjoying it.
I chose the course because it's something different. It really breaks the style you're used to studying in school. First of all, like, it's online, but it's not online because it has to be. It's online to allow the international participation. It has a lot of different segments to the course, like you have the lectures, you have the seminars, you have the conference, you have the group essay, then you have the presentation. So I think there's a lot of different things. It forces you to do a lot of different things while also forcing you to use English, which is always good just to try a different language than the one you're used to. And also not just the international aspect, but also the interdisciplinary aspect. So like you can actually work with people who think and study really differently. And for me, it was a big thing to see that like I'm used to a certain style of thinking about things and like analyzing things from a certain point of view. And the lawyers and the historians, they just do it differently because like it's natural for their science.
I'm a student of law, so sometimes I have a feeling that law is kind of narrow-minded subject and you don't focus or don't study things in context. And as I'm interested in, I don't know, things like environmental law, I was interested in focusing also on geographic or maybe historic points of view and urban planning as a whole. And for me, what's interesting, the kind of international context, comparing different cities which are similar in a way, but also different in many contexts.
I think that the most important part was like to teamwork with my teammates and to make a project like together that was coherent and to understand like what was interesting for all of us, even though we studied different things, and also like how to deal with, you know, like long distance, you know, like kind of learning also because we never saw each other until today. So it was a bit complicated to like manage everything, organize, and also to attend lectures. And for me it was very complicated to attend lectures from other subjects. But so I think that the most interesting part was mainly like the teamwork and also like all the things I have learned from other faculties.
So thank you, Sophia, for this. And you maybe haven't seen her, but she was smiling all the time watching the video because I think she's very happy and proud about what she did. So good job, I would say. And now we go to the second flagship. It's called Shadow, peer-to-peer shadowing, and it's a pilot project for foreign language and culture learning. So I call, let's say, Jessica and Martina to explain to us this flagship and use your own word to make us as happy as she did about her flagship.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So the shadowing project was first piloted by UNIMI as part of the 4U+ funding, and it is an experimentation of innovative teaching in the field of multilingualism. Shadowing is an innovative teaching methodology which aims to enhance the linguistical, cultural, and social skills of the students taking part in the project. Especially, this type of teaching means to develop both intercultural and collaborative competencies, since it is a peer-to-peer learning project. Thanks to this teaching methodology, students can also develop self-awareness about their own learning and widen their knowledge of the native language. The innovation lies in the fact that it is an immersive experience which can be lived without moving to another country. Finally, the project deals with educational and didactical skills, since through peer tutoring, it is possible for didactic students to put into practice what they have learned during theoretical university courses. And now Jessica is going to give you some more specific information about the way this methodology works.
Good morning, everyone. The project provides for students working in pairs during 2 different phases. The first one is the observation phase, during which the foreign language learner remotely observe some moments in the daily life of the native speaker. And then there is a second phase, the peer-to-peer tutoring, during which the 2 students, the native speaker and the observer, discuss together all the linguistic and cultural aspects that emerge during the observation phase. And with the Shadow project, the students have the opportunity to run into the authentic and spontaneous language as it is produced in a natural context. And the result is much more effective than studying stereotyped expression in a textbook. Moreover, learning through video shadowing involves each individual from many points of view, and first of all, the emotional and relational ones. In fact, the possibility of establishing a one-to-one relationship with a colleague positively affects the students' motivation and enthusiasm towards the learning process. And with this methodology, it erases whatever fear may emerge during the frontal teaching, as the student-teacher power dynamic is diffused with this methodology.
So really, thank you, Jessica and Martina, because also this flagship is really, really interesting. Also because I'm obsessed with the practical part and research-based approach. So I'm really interested. And also the one-to-one relationship, not also within the research, but between the people that worked in this project. So let's see, always the flagship too, but framework for area studies with Fabrizio and Laura.
Thank you very much. So I'm Fabrizio, studying international relations in Milan. And with my colleague Laura, and other two, Giada and Emilia, we have been to Prague last November within the 4U Plus project for a framework on area studies. You may ask what are area studies, and that's precisely the first thing we have discussed in this 3 days workshop. And broadly, area studies are interdisciplinary, a mixture of law studies, cultural studies, languages, history, and else, with a nexus, a focus on a specific geographical area, which may be like Europe, the Middle East, or even more specifically like just Iran, so Persian studies, so you can have Chinese studies. The aim of this workshop was to create an online course on area studies for bachelors. And therefore we discussed the importance of area studies with the other students and PhDs and academics of the other 4U Plus universities, and tried to build this course. I mean, literally discussing which lessons would have talked of what. For example, we talked of first lessons having like an introduction on area studies and the tools, for example, studying sources, which sources are best when you have to analyze a certain countries, and then, for example, which areas to study, because there are so many. And of course, you cannot have a broad knowledge of the entire world, but at the very same time, you have to give students the tools to have a limited knowledge of some specific areas to then decide to which they want to specialize. For example, starting what we have proposed from Milan, they have accepted was to analyze like the Middle East or Europe or North America through general case studies to then understand which areas was one interested in. And here I leave the floor to my colleague Laura.
Good morning. My name is Laura Corti, and I was with Fabrizio and the other two students in Prague for this project. Well, first of all, for this project, 4 universities were present. So the University of Milan, the University of Warsaw, the University of Prague, and the University of Heidelberg. What I can say is that it definitely was an occasion for students and academics to confront each other on such an interesting topic, to discuss it, and even I would say to advance the academic discourse on area studies. But not only did we learn about the topic of area studies per se, the project also offered us the tools to create a university course. And so regarding the creation of this course, we definitely were able to give our contributions. For example, as Fabrizio said, we as students of the University of Milan thought that it would be important for this course to tackle each and every area of the world. So we suggested to make each lesson about a specific country or area, and using a theme as a guide to go through these countries. And that was something that was implemented. So it was nice to see that we actually had an active role in shaping this course. Another thing is that it was clear during this project the importance of dialogue and of finding the middle ground. We also could share our passions, not only with students, but with academics of great expertise. And exactly because so many different perspectives came together, we were able to create such a valuable, interesting, and rich university course. But the most important thing, and I conclude, is that this project definitely opened our eyes to the need to develop a more integrated approach within the European Union with respect to teaching and learning in the universities. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Fabrizio and Laura. I have to say sorry to Jessica and Martina because I have a lot of notes. It's really my bad. I confused. There is a really interesting video about the Flagship 2 Shadow. So let's see the contribution. Thank you.
I fattori principali che hanno influenzato la mia decisione sono stati i vantaggi dell'interazione con la lingua nel suo ambiente naturale. Mi sembrava che nessun libro mi potesse dare questo tipo di conoscenza.
Ho deciso di partecipare al progetto Shadow per curiosità. Fin da quando la professoressa Landone ce l'ha presentato mi è sembrata un'ottima opportunità di crescita e per sperimentare una didattica innovativa e per comunicare con studenti di facoltà estere.
Durante la pandemia non avevo tante possibilità di viaggiare e praticare la lingua, quindi il progetto era per me un'occasione per migliorare il mio livello di italiano e conoscere meglio la cultura di questo paese senza neanche uscire di casa.
Il progetto Shadow si è rivelata un'esperienza indimenticabile proprio per i risultati di apprendimento raggiunti e difatti le difficoltà che ho incontrato durante il percorso, siano esse difficoltà comunicative, emotive ma anche didattiche, mi hanno permesso in qualche modo di spingermi oltre e riuscire a superare determinate paure.
Questo progetto era un'esperienza non solo indimenticabile ma anche molto preziosa perché avevo contatto con la lingua viva e parlata essendo in un altro paese, quindi non dovevo uscire di casa per avere contatto con l'italiano e anche mi sa che questo progetto mi ha dato molta fiducia di me stesso e molto coraggio per parlare italiano.
Io consiglierei il progetto Shadow perché rappresenta un nuovo modo interessante di intendere la didattica di lingue straniere, l'apprendimento di lingue straniere. Da una parte lo shadower può entrare in contatto con una realtà diversa, sotto una forma totalmente diversa, può entrare in contatto con la realtà dello shadowee. Dall'altra parte lo shadowee è il diretto responsabile dell'apprendimento della sua ombra e parlando da futura insegnante di lingue straniere, questa si può dire che rappresenti una grande messa alla prova per se stessi.
Io consiglierei questa esperienza perché ho avuto la possibilità di conoscere e interagire con diverse persone e di fare nuove amicizie, attraverso le quali ho potuto scoprire aspetti della cultura e della lingua italiana mai approfonditi nel mio corso di studi.
Here we go. Thank you very much, because actually it worked. So as you can see, all the students that talk in Italian are like perfectly able to speak, actually better than me and Sarah probably. So thank you very much. And now we can go to the our guests and our audience for questions, doubt, and also what do you think about? Also online, so everyone online is able actually, I think, to write or speak freely.
Okay, so I have a question, of course, to all of you. So who would like to answer? How did you decide which flagship take part in? Because we said a lot of things and they are very different one from the other, and maybe they are not exactly what you are studying. They are maybe some of your ideas or something like that. So please, someone who explain us why you choose exactly that one.
Okay. Yes. Please.
Well, I'm studying interested in the Middle East and Middle Eastern studies, specifically the Syrian conflict, but also other countries in the region. So when I saw the call and talked to the professor of Middle Eastern studies, I was extremely interested, and that's it. That's why I applied, because I had the interest of talking with other students of European universities about the very same topic I was interested on.
Okay, thank you very much. Someone else? Please don't be shy. I mean, you explain a flagship and everything about it, so that's an easy question.
I can say that fortunately the course I have participated in was very related to what I'm studying. So because also like it was like for me a way to deepen my knowledge about urban development. Especially there were a lot of lectures about the history, like how like the historical forces that drove to change in the urban environment. But as I said, like I didn't expect it to have so many interesting perspectives from other faculties, and so this I think was the thing that was mostly like I would say surprising, because I thought that the historical part was interesting, but I was not sure about the others, and then it revealed to be incredible. So yes, this.
Okay, thank you. We have a question from the streaming. So can a student who is in the final year apply for the 4U Plus program? I will ask maybe to the teachers.
Yes, of course, you can join the educational activities that are implemented and delivered during the last year of his or her program, no problem at all.
Okay. So it's a big yes to this question. I think Sophia has something to say.
Yeah, actually, you said a lot of things, like has been amazing being there, a lot of connection. But actually, what's your role today, and what are the connections that you kept actually in through the years? Maybe you are not anymore students, or you have now a different role in this project. So what's yours actually?
Jessica and I we experimented the shadow project during last academic year, and this year we are tutoring this project for students who are taking part in it.
Someone else? Do you have another question, Sophia? Because I know you have thousands of them right now.
I don't want to be so challenging, but as you said, it's an alliance. It's a lot of networking, and it's different from other kind of projects that we have been experiencing or heard about. So within a community like that, how do you feel? Like, it's amazing. It's a huge community, is around the world. How do you feel? It's like a workshop. It's can I explain it? Like it's work, it's friendship, it's co-working. What is that? Because maybe for someone that is not really experienced about working or studying abroad, it's something that it's not really easy to understand maybe. So it's more like work together, or it's networking for the future.
Well, the thing is, the workshop was only a part of the experience. We had dinner together, we went to see museums together, we had breakfast together, we explored the city together. So definitely there's a human component that's important. We were able to talk with professors, which is something that is not so easy to do as a student. So being able to have a meal with the professor and chat with them is definitely something that's it's rare, and I'm grateful that I was able to do that.
So we can say it's like thinking outside the box and getting out of our comfort zone are the main words to explain this. It's difficult to understand them, probably, if we never experience them, but it's something that will help us during our lives and also during our experience as students in university in these years.
I agree completely. And if there are any other questions online, and maybe also here, yes? Come for you. Okay, your name, please?
Thank you. My name is Milad. I involved with 4U Plus from last year from a program called Health Case Challenge. I feel that the problem is that the faculties and departments are not enough familiar with the 4U Plus. I think it's better to also have a introduction program for the professors and the coordinators to being more familiar with these activities, to encourage more students, and also maybe not to disagree with these kind of activities. I've no question. I've just a suggestion that was this. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. And anyone else? Oh, yes.
Maybe I can add something to your comment because it's quite fit. Of course, it's a matter of communication. We started, this is not a project that starts and ends. This is a long-term perspective to building in European universities. So that means that we you go little by little, you know, step by step, starting for small projects that became larger and involving in a bottom-up process, not only students, but also our colleagues. So you are perfectly right. Departments knows about 4U+, but maybe are not so familiar yet because we started by the end, there was COVID as well. So this was another problem to communicate. But this was also an opportunity because, as you have heard, during the COVID period, we never stopped. We continue to speak about you students could attend online. So, but now, as you said, it's quite important, the human part of the story. And also in the future, now we will have a rollout of this European University Initiative in the first 4 years. So we will have quite, as Francesca, my colleague Francesca Villata spoke, the opportunity to put this laboratory, this experimental work embedded in our offer. So in this way, we will enter in the departments, we will enter in the courses, and we enlarge the offer as well. So that's a point that thanks you have raised, because it's quite the way we are going on. Is not a project, is our university.
Thank you, Professor. It was really clear, I think. You're happy. If there are any questions online, no, here. I will like to invite the other students so we can switch the sets.
So maybe in the meanwhile, I will ask Sophia what she thinks about 4U+ Alliance so far, because we have some knowledge from like the past, from our from the radio and so on. But what do you think so far? Because I think it's amazing. So I would like to have another point of view, maybe.
So yes, as I said previously, I'm really interested because few years ago, I was completely, unable to choose my career path, my academic path, and then I joined a double degree program. But if I had the chance to know this project, this university, this 4U+ Alliance, probably I will apply, actually, because it's huge. Maybe it's scary, but as you see, all of them had some challenging moments, but the best part is the development, and the personal part is actually bigger than any challenge that can be presented in the path.
Yeah, I would say personal growth. That's a word you were looking for, of course. And so we change places, and but we go on flagships because we have the third flagship called Virkem. Please correct me if it's wrong. And it's the virtual immersive education for chemistry and chemical engineering. My God, that's so difficult. Okay, I think I managed it. So we'll ask to Marco and Laura to explain us a bit about it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Laura. I'm studying pharmaceutical chemistry here in Milan, and I've taken part to Virkem project. It is a project about chemistry, of course, between the University of Milan, the Sorbonne University of Paris, and the Charles University of Prague. This project started in January with some preliminary lessons. Then we had the first week here in Milan, so the Czech guys and French guys come here for a week. Then we had the week in Paris on April, and then we went to Prague on May. The last week we had the final meeting where we had to present our works done during the project. And this project is about chemistry. So we studied and approached this subject from a different point of view, using different tools and innovative technology like virtual reality, virtual labs. So in this way, these technologies, these different tools allow us to understand better some concepts that are difficult to understand just reading a book.
Hi everyone, my name is Marco and I'm studying industrial chemistry at the University of Milan. I'm really happy to be here to talk to you about that amazing experience that is the VIRCHEM project. Me and my schoolmate found that experience really interesting and useful from a research point of view, but also for our future, because we think that the softwares that we used during that experience could be very useful, not only from the research, but also for the job that maybe one day we will do. And I think that another really important part of that experience was the, I can say, human side, because we made some unique friendship. We felt like a team with the French and the Czech guys during the project. And I think that those relationships that we established can last for a very long time. And I think that it's a really important part of that experience.
So thank you guys, that's really amazing. We also had the opportunity to meet Marco before as a guest of our radio show. So we had also the opportunity to talk about chemistry and chemical engineering. And one of my questions actually was how is like human side, because it's really scientific things. And I think also the soft skills within the art skills are really engaged. It's a growth in every way.
So I think that we were able to establish those kind of friendship thanks to the fact that we met each other following the same passion, that is chemistry, and starting from that same point, we started to get to know each other, and we found that we were so similar, same passion, same goals. And after the weeks of the project, was really strange to say goodbye to the other guys, because those friendships were so true, I can say. And I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I still remember your words in the show that said about beginning a friendship starting from a common point, that is chemistry in this case, and then develop the human side, let's call it this way. And it was very deep what you said, because sometimes it's very difficult also to create connections with people, but this is also a way, maybe an easier way, because we start from a common point and then we start from there and we develop the friendships, or we start to meet people. And we have a video about this flagship, and so enjoy it, and then we go on.
The VIRCHEM project is an innovative training course in the field of chemistry and industrial chemistry. This 4U Plus activity, organized by the University of Milan in partnership with Charles University of Prague and Sorbonne University, propose an immersive experience in virtual laboratories by organizing preparatory lessons, virtual exercises, analysis of the data collected, and a final meeting to share the teaching experiences.
Il progetto VIRCAM è focalizzato sull'utilizzo di tecniche innovative di insegnamento che, grazie alla simulazione di ambienti 3D mediante la realtà virtuale, permettono allo studente di interagire con elementi tipici del mondo chimico. Ciò l'avvicina alle moderne tecnologie che sempre più spesso vengono utilizzate per simulare situazioni reali, consentendo di apprendere in modo interattivo nozioni teoriche e pratiche che poi potranno essere fattivamente trasferite nel mondo reale.
Il progetto VIRCAM si è inserito a mio avviso perfettamente nella terza flagship dell'Alleanza perché è stato basato sull'utilizzo di computer che hanno consentito di ricreare ambienti reali in modo virtuali, ambienti quali un impianto industriale, un laboratorio di chimica oppure anche una molecola vista a livello atomico e manipolata a livello atomico. Questo quindi ci ha consentito di proporre agli studenti partecipanti provenienti dalle 3 università di Milano, Parigi e Praga un percorso altamente innovativo da un punto di vista didattico basato su questi strumenti nuovi.
VIRCAM is not just about chemistry. The participants enjoy a unique occasion to improve their creativity and to empower their social responsibility, teamwork abilities, self-confidence and communication skill into a high-quality European and multidisciplinary framework.
Yes, okay. Sorry. So really interesting. Thank you, Marco. And
Okay, that's me. Hello, I'm Chiara, and I've participated in the Biodiversity and Sustainability in the Agri-Food System project. And I believe my project was the most recent one because I've just come back from the mobility period. So I would try my best to explain everything we have done. So our project was about mostly how to challenge and improve our current agri-food system and everything that comes around environment and technology used in that kind of industry. So the course was divided in 3 main phases, which were the lessons that had 3 different subjects. The first one obviously being about biodiversity and sustainability and how to avoid waste of resources. Then there was the innovative solution and mitigation strategies. And finally, the economy and societal aspects of the subject. I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Yeah, I'm alone. So everyone's got someone, I'm alone. So bear with me, I'm sorry. I would say that we have just come back from the first mobility. So we went to the University of the Sorbonne, which was the first of the 4, I think it was, no, 5 university participating, which are the University of Milan, the University of La Sorbonne, the University of Warsaw, the University of Prague, and the University of Copenhagen. And each different university aimed to explore a different type of problem. So for, I'm sorry. A different type of problem. For example, I went going to the Sorbonne, I had the possibility to explore the problem linked to environmental changes and how that affects the agricultural system, and what kind of solution we can give to improve our future, and what we expect from what will come from our future, and everything that we have seen in the modern situation of the environment. So yes, everything was about the food production and how to make it more sustainable, circular, and obviously aiming for less waste and more efficiency for everyone on the planet. So yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, Chiara. No, don't worry. We are really nervous as well. So let's see. Always Flagship 4, named Collegio Futuro, a college for future leaders of a sustainable European future, with Arianna, Flavia, Silvio, and Clement. As I said.
Yeah,
correctly. Yes.
We are just two.
Perfectly. Just two. Okay. The best two. So.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Arianna, and here beside me is Silvio. We are both enrolled in the PhD program in environmental sciences. And we both are part of the Collegio Futuro, which is a project with the University of Prague, Heidelberg, Warsaw, and the Sorbonne. And it's oriented toward creating a sustainable future. In particular, we were divided into 3 main groups that tackle different aspects of climate change and sustainability, that are climate action science, so what we can concretely do to improve our relationship to climate change, the greening of cities, and the restoration of damaged ecosystems. So I guess Silvio can tell you more about the project and the multidisciplinarity of our teams.
Hello, everyone. The thing is that we cannot say many things about our project itself, since all the projects of the 3 groups are ongoing. So we are developing our project. The interesting thing also about this Collegio Futuro idea is that all the participants were put into groups, and the objective was to develop a project between all the partners, all the different components of the group, by ourselves, without a mentor that lead the progress to creating a project. And I think this is very interesting also, principally from 2 points of view. First, we are actually PhD students. So we are actually now starting to work in research and in all the fields of the academic work. And I think it's very interesting to find by ourselves the right ways and the right instruments to create a project. Because normally you always have a mentor, you always have a clear supervisor that says you which are the right paths and the right steps to do. But if you are live alone creating a project, then you have to really start thinking smart and in an intelligent way to create a project. So this is, I think, is one of the main interesting thing. And the other thing is also the interdisciplinarity of the projects. Since we are not only coming from different universities across Europe, but we are also coming from very different disciplines. And even if Collegio Futuro is aiming to create projects on sustainable environments and so on, all the people that were enrolled in Collegio Futuro are not properly environmental scientists. So we have actually in our group, in all the participants are from psychologists, are environmental sciences, as me and Arianna. There are people that works in health science. So it's like a very spread, different kind of people working together. And I think that now working on environmental issues at the European level is fundamental to work together in a transdisciplinary way, in an interdisciplinary way. And I think Collegio Futuro exactly take all these things into consideration, since all the projects that we are building up actually are super interdisciplinary. And also working with people that come from very different disciplines is super interesting, because also in creating the project, so developing the project itself, you see very different approaches from the different people. So I think it's super interesting, this project, and I hope that also Collegio Futuro could be done in the next years, also to have many more people enrolled in these kind of activities.
Thank you very much, Arianna and Silvio. I have a question, if you don't mind. Did you ever consider to keep studying or working in your case, in the country involved in your projects, like in a long-term way, also for who is keep studying?
Should I? Okay. Well, we were quite unfortunate with our project because we are currently meeting our colleagues from the other university right now in Milan, but we have not managed due to coronavirus to go anywhere else. So that was the first pity. However, in a broader sense, yeah, if we ask our PhD colleagues, there's many things that work better in their university. So it's quite difficult to say, I guess. I do have something very particular, so it's nowhere else but here in Milan and in China, for example. So the thing is, do I go somewhere else and do something different, or do I just bear the cross and have life a bit more difficult than the other PhD students do?
Yes.
And if I can add something, actually, for me, it's quite interesting also to study and working abroad, since I've already done it in my life a couple of times, and I already went to Germany. That is also part of the project, actually, and I lived in Germany. So I would say, why not? I mean, the world is full of possibilities, and I think that working abroad, also in international environmental subjects, is super interesting. Also because actually, as I said, you can see all the different approaches of the people. So yes, why not? I don't know exactly about those countries, since Europe is very large, but actually I found very interesting also chats and connections between the people of the project. So, I mean, why not?
Thank you. There are other questions from the audience and also online. Do you have any questions, Sarah?
Of course I do. So we said a lot about Corona and the situation around. So I guess most of you had the project during Corona time. So how difficult was it, or was it difficult? How was like not maybe meeting with people face to face? I have to do all the activities through a computer. That, of course, it was a big help for everyone, because we could continue for our lives, let's say like that. But I think relating to a computer and having all the activities in that way, maybe it was difficult or challenging, or maybe it was amazing. I don't know. Can you maybe tell us something about it? I'm sorry for this difficult question today.
Maybe I can say something. with regard to the 4U+ experience in terms of a sort of learning journey. This is not only for proper students, but also for us as staff involved in delivering the different activities, because it has been really an experience where the virtual environment where we work together created sort of a single community of people sharing the same life experience related to Corona, but also trying to work together as a single group of people working on the same project, not really as 6 partners of different universities. And the second point that I would like to somehow stress is this idea of learning in a multicultural environment, that is learning to live and work together. So the personal experience that we were sharing with regard to Corona also brought us together also in terms of working together, understanding each other, understanding the differences in terms of cultural background, experiences, age, and so on and so forth, and also the learning how to work with our students to build this alliance. So that's my personal, I would say, that's something that I take home from the last 3 years in 4U+.
And do you agree, guys? That's actually really thoughtful things, and I think could be relatable to everyone. Also for who stayed in Milan, actually working and studying in the University of Milan. I have another really challenging question. I'm sorry, but do you think that this opportunity gave you more chances for what is outside, so the labor market, offer opportunities, and also working maybe with other different universities? Because as we said, it's really practical. There are a lot of labs and collaborations, and it's toward a globalized experience. So what do you think about the opportunities that's outside that this experience and this event, this project can give?
And maybe which skills you gained through this project, the main soft skills that we apply every day, maybe without knowing them. In this project, they are a bit stressed, so you can actually then understand them better and implement them in your daily life.
As we said, we prepared the really difficult questions, but if anyone, yes?
Maybe I can answer? Okay. I'd say, so we are trying to publish at least 1 paper, maybe 2. So regarding the first question, if it helps for the outside world, yeah, of course. Having something published, especially when you are an early career researcher, it's very useful. And also having published something that is close to our field but not directly related, it helps because it opens up quite a lot of possibilities and fields to work into. So I'd say, yeah, for sure.
And you guys, you're not PhD students, but you know.
I agree with Arianna. I think that this project will be useful also after the end of our studies, not only for the knowledge that we made through this project, but also for the development of some soft skills, like the ability to work in a team, because we had to work with other people that we never met before. And I think that this project helped us to work in a team better.
We also worked with virtual reality in this project, And we create a room to work with virtual reality. And one day maybe we will able to enter in the same room with other students from other countries. So this is very opportunities to work together also in our university.
Thank you very much. If there are any other questions from the audience and also online, or other also comments, because you know, it's share experience, experiences and comments, and see if there is something that is not mentioned yet. Online is quiet. Okay.
Okay, so thanks to everybody for sharing your experience. I think it was very enlightening, and but we are not done with how can I say, with talks, and so right now we have Alberto, who will tell us why he got interest in 4EU Plus. And then we'll give the floor to two or three international student committee members, and they will share their stories as committee members. So if they would like to come here in the meanwhile, please, thank you. But for now, please, Alberto.
All right, thank you. Hi everyone, I am Alberto Girardi Migliorisi, and I'm at the first year here in Milan studying history. I discovered this project or alliance while I was looking for a university, having just finished high school 1 year ago. And I immediately found the alliance very fascinating, and ultimately that was what convinced me to choose the Statale. Thanks to its powerful message and innovating nature, and thanks to the many possibilities it is giving to us students. Not many students, in fact, I think can say I'm taking part in a project shaping the future form of education and research, so it's quite important. As I said, I'm still at the first year here in Milan, and due to how the University of Milan works and how the history course is structured, I wasn't able to take part in any of the many shared courses offered by the Alliance. But that doesn't mean that the Alliance hasn't given me anything. In fact, thanks to it, I was able to discover and follow the so-called MOOC, or massive open online courses given by the Alliance. Personally, I followed one about the power and importance of European citizenship, given by a professor from the University of Copenhagen, yeah, which is part of the Alliance, of course. And the choice of the course was not random at all. It was suggested specifically to me by the Alliance, who knows that I am particularly fond of the Flagship #2, because I think it's among the 4 flagship is the more inclined towards humanistic subjects. So I study history, so I particularly appreciate it. So they knew I would have been interesting, and they were right. With this being said, all I can do is thanks the Alliance and hope that more and more students understand the modernity of this project and appreciate the possibilities that it's been giving us students. And I hope that more and more students will be willing to join us in the construction of the future model of education and research. For this is a path which is not achievable if not together. Thank you.
So thank you, Alberto. So I will invite our international guests to present themselves, maybe. And who are you? Where are you from? And what kind of projects did you in this project.
So, hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for Milan, University of Milan, for having the student committee here, because it's such a pleasure to be here. It's my first time in Milan and it's a lovely city. So I would love to really thank you for your hospitality and for a chance for us to also speak on behalf of other students from other universities, from other partner universities. So my name is Julia Costro. I'm from the University of Warsaw, and I'm a member of the student committee of the For You Plus Alliance. Not long ago, I was chosen to be the chair of the whole student committee, and I'm here to share with you a bit of our experience as representatives of the whole student committee in the For You Plus. So I would say that I'm one of the people that started the student committee, because the student committee started in 2020 in June. So it's almost 2 years since the project started for the student committee. And ever since, we were involved in many actions, maybe not in projects, because I personally didn't take part in any projects except for the language course. Yeah, I took a language course in the University of Heidelberg. That was also a wonderful experience for me. But what is the aim of the student committee is to make sure that we're gonna build a strong and united community within our 6 partner universities, that we're gonna find the unity within our diversity, because we're from very, very different regions of Europe. We have different lifestyles. We have very different cultures. But I hope that For You Plus is something that's going to unite us all, and that together we'll be able to build a strong and united community of students in Europe, and that we're going to have wonderful connections, that we're going to have wonderful projects together. For example, mini grants, as you might have heard, there's currently project of mini grants run by Charles University. It's for students to connect with each other, partner, and create some great scientific projects together. The same is for University of Warsaw. We're also running right now the grant applications. So feel free to join us. But what's more about the student committee? So as I said before, our main goal is to represent all of you. So each university has its 3 representatives within the student committee. We, on daily basis, we meet each other, unfortunately, not in person on a daily basis, because it's impossible for us. But thankfully, from time to time, we had this chance, we had this opportunity. For yesterday, the whole day we spent discussing the new projects, one new very big project, I would say, that would be, and we're very excited to do so. But what's more, we're representing also you, all of our students, our alliance on the international level, on the European level. So in front of the European Commission, for example, we talk from the student perspectives. But what's more, we're representing also you in the structures of the For You Plus Alliance. So basically, we're trying to make sure that everything that is done within the For You Plus is student-centered, that it's for students and has the great potential for all of us, and that is going to be something interesting as well.
So thank you very much. Yes. The next one. Can you present yourself? And you're also part of the committee, it's right, yes?
Yes, exactly. My name is Marta Lis. I'm representing the University of Heidelberg, but I have a crazy story because I'm from Poland, like Julia is, and I was studying in Poland, and then I have done Erasmus in Heidelberg, and then I stayed there. And I heard about For You Plus, and I decided to be a student committee to represent all of the students, because I already have studied on different European universities, and I thought that I will bring my experience Erasmus changed my life, and this is also what 4U Plus does, but in a little bit maybe smaller scale, because you don't need to move for the half a year. You can travel more. You can do during one semester courses on different universities, which is very innovative. Yeah, I think it's great opportunity for all of students from the 6 partner university to broaden their knowledge, to have the cultural exchange, and to have also like this scientific approach here and there shared through different courses. As already Julia said, we are representing students, and we have meetings with Secretary General every month. You have met her on the beginning, Isabel Kratz. And she is sharing the information from management committee to us, and then we work with students on different problems, events, or whatsoever needs to be done. So we are here for the people, and also as students ourselves, we know what struggles students can have, and we can use our experience to solve some problems. We are also not only representing our universities, but also representing 4U Plus on the international scale. We went in March to Strasbourg for the European Student Assembly, where we were representing 4U Plus, and also like have contacted with different alliances to see what are their struggles also, and what are the solutions we can use for us. So yeah, being student committee is amazing opportunity, like to work with all of the people, to have the experience, to work with all of the students, and just to work on that big idea to have one European university, I would say. It's something I would not think about like 20 years ago that something like this would be possible. We have also plan to have European degree. It's like on the works. So I hope it will also happen. It's just so amazing. And yeah, I think that's it from my side. We also have Yander from Warsaw University. He's kind of new, so I can, yeah, he can share his experience also.
Hi, my name is Jan Chmielewski-Jill. I'm a representative from University of Warsaw. And I was asked here to talk a bit about my experience, which is quite interesting because my whole experience with the 4U Plus Project Alliance started with a random email I got during my studies. It was during lockdown. I had a lot of free time and I was just scrolling through the university newsletter that we got. And there was this small information that there is this project starting, the Urban Health Case Challenge, and university wants you to apply to it. So I did that. I opened the form and there was this application form mentioning why do I want to apply, what are my strengths. I study archaeology. I am not really, it's not my first move to do mental health issues in a German city, but I did my best. Luckily, my university was going for diversity and participants sending from it. So I got in. I made a lovely note about how I was taught how the cities are built and the first cities how are built. And I took part in excavations of the first city. So that way I can show my strength in my team. And I got in, surprisingly enough. I was put in a group of 5 students, well, including me. There was, from every university participating, there was 1 student. So I was with 4 girls, 1 from Milan, 1 from Heidelberg, 1 from Charles, and for some reason, 1 from Sweden, which we didn't really process because we all read about the 4U Plus Alliance, and here is a random student from somewhere else, but we were more than welcoming. And we were working on the project for a few months. We had these lectures that were guiding us how to do the later the big finals. And when the day came, all of us showed our best skills of our universities, our majors. We were putting it all to use and our personal experience. And we finally made a project that was supposed to show, well, organize some events for the people in the city in Germany. And surprisingly, we didn't win. But nevertheless, we had an amazing time, an amazing experience. And when that ended, I wanted more. I wasn't done with the 4U+. I wanted to do more projects. I wanted to meet more people. So I joined the International Cooperation Committee of the student body in University of Warsaw. And I was made the leader of the 4U+ subgroup. And later I was elected the student representative for University of Warsaw. And that's when the fun started, because I am supposed to promote the 4U+ in University of Warsaw. And how am I supposed to do that? Well, I done my research, I prepared my speeches, and we did a stand when I was repeating to 300 students every time the same information, that for the first year, you have a great opportunity. You can go and study a single course in English, so you can try how is your English. So maybe if you want to study abroad, you can, try your English. For the second year students, we did, there are these programs you can do. You can put it in your resume later. So you have a perfect job afterwards. You can have these European projects, international projects, very cool. And for the third year students, I was going for the foundings and the grants that you can found you can have money for your research if you want to, and here's this and here's that. And it was all amazing. But so I'm doing my best to promote the 4U+, because I really believe in it. I am very pleased that studying archaeology can be a classmate to you guys, because I go on an underwater heritage protection program, which means that you can apply to it, because it's for me it's obligatory, but for you, you can just go for it if you're interested in underwater archaeology, and we can all be classmates. That is amazing. That is mind-blowing for me. That is destroying the walls built between universities, is bringing us together. And I really believe in this project, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just amazed about this presentations and the passion you used to explain to us this what you do and why you are a students committee and why you got involved in this. For the first time, I think I have no questions because I'm just enlightened. And of course, Sophia has, because that's how it works.
I have one for the students committee. Can you adopt us? Because it's because your voices were so full of emotions, and it was like, okay, I have to apply actually, because I finished in December with my master, and now I am ready to apply for you+. So thank you very much for your stories and your experiences, and share with us all of this. So we want to conclude with greetings and thank you all of you to be here. And I would like to cite a sentence from a recent commercial that says, in life, remember to be in the driver's seat. Because so you guys take this opportunity and lead the dance, because it's your opportunity, it's today, even with a lot of problems like Corona, as you see, all of this is possible in every way. So thank you very much, all of you. And you, Sarah, if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I would just like to say Erasmus changes our life. And as I think For You Plus will change your life with the project and all the dynamics inside the big alliance and the international overcome that you will have, the language, the new skills, the new friends you will make. It's something that will be part of your life forever. And I say this because I've been around Europe with Erasmus so many times that this is my experience, and you heard today the experience of the other students. So take the chance and apply for EU Plus. Thanks everybody for being here today, and have a nice day from us.
So, just a few words. Thanks a lot to everybody. I was really touched, and I learned a lot from these 2 hours of your experiences and everything you said. I wrote down a lot of things, and I was really enthusiastic also from Radio Statale. Thanks a lot. You are very, very good. I think that you will become my favorite moderator also with academia, so not only with students. So very professional, very good. Thanks a lot. Just 2 words, because was mentioned by our students of the student committee that we are in a world of alliances. So Europe is really trying to give a push and a change in the European education area. And right now with us, there are other 40 alliances which are running and doing our job. So that makes more meaningful the mobility, more common the courses, joint courses, co-design, and hopefully reach also a European degree. So this is a pathway that we start all together, not only academia, but students and staff all together. And it's a really change that this Europe Commission now is trying to implement, asking to all of us, university communities, to give our, of course, move and experience. Just 3 technological aspects. The first one, technical aspect. The first one is that we are moving on, as I told you before. There is another 4 years of rollout, hopefully because we are waiting for the evaluation of our project, but we are very positive. We are building the technological platform. That is the magic word, because it's the magic box where we can put all the courses, we can put all the career and manage more fastly all these bureaucratic aspects that, of course, you know, are at the basis in any case of your career transcript, because at the end of the day, we have to go out with a label, and this is important in the professional life. And to this year, and I would like to say that there is a very consensus document where they say that students that have an experience abroad, like Erasmus, like these alliances, have a 50% that have 50% more capability to have in an early way a position in professional life. So that's make a very important aspect, because professional life recognize very well the market, of course the word of the market and of the job market recognize this experience as a way to improve the ability to stay together, to understand the cultural added value that you gained, not only linguistic, but also, as you said today, to speak together, different languages, different experience, different countries, but all in this case in Europe. And just to conclude, of course, we want to enlarge the number of students, and also the offer of the courses. And in each universities, you will find in your own university the possibility to enter into the For You Plus box, magic box, and also find the courses for the next year. We are preparing now, and so that's it. And of course, the last sentence that I want to say is that there is much more than education. education in For You. It's not only an education project. This is not only a project, it's much more than a project. It is not only an education project. We have also micro-credentials that we are building, long-lying, so post-degree, also possibilities, and contact with societies, companies, NGOs. So we are building a community in a very large sense, and also the research is important, especially for PhD students. Now, our PhD, we have Elena here, but the experience of that will be even enlarged in the next school, because we will have a task for PhD students. So who that thinks to finish next year and want maybe to start with a PhD course knows that there is something for them as well. So thank you very much, and see you again online or in presence. That's it.
Yes, just also a few words on my side. Can you hear me? Yes. I must say, like Professor Baldi, I really was touched from what I heard all this morning, and to not repeat what Professor Baldi said, I would just say that I saw some kind of identity emerging for what will be a 4U+ student also in the next years. There is a French word coming in my mind, and the translation is not, I don't have a nice translation on it. So it's in French, brassage and mixing. I saw, from what I heard, I'm seeing this, that a 4U+ student is already an open mind student and a multi-everything student, in the sense that I heard you speaking about multidisciplinarity, cross-fertilization between our disciplines, and of course also multiculturality. And that's so important to hear that, because that's really in the ADN of 4U+, that really, thank you very much for sharing this, your experience, and yeah, your human, your personal adventure in the pathways, in the courses you have chosen to follow within 4U+. It's the first time I have to say that I see really concretely, like a concrete identity also for the students in 4U+. And I think that we can also have some conclusion on what was discussed and presented, that 4U+ has to increase its educational offer, and we have to really disseminate also the information about as many students, to as many students as possible, because the experience you shared is just showing that it could be of great interest for all of our students and all the coming students in our institution. So thank you very much. As you can see, I'm really a bit touched, emotionally touched. So I will finish here, and just thank you, and thank you again to the University of Milano and to the students of Milano to have set up this event. Thank you very much.
So we have a question from Francesca. How I can apply for the 4U Plus courses with the Erasmus School?
So there are specific calls for each educational project. So I would say to follow the 4U Plus account, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram accounts, and the 4U Plus website, where you will find all the opportunities to join the classes.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks to everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here and also online. Thanks to to everyone online. Have a nice day.